Hey, welcome back. Here we are again. I just did a video about Iran, and I just remembered. Guess what? I had this to do in a comment for somebody, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. This is gonna be. I'm gonna try to skim a lot of stuff. Like a skipping stone. Here we go. So this is the fight for Petro Dollar. Okay, the Petro Dollar. Because to be honest with you, I had been watching all this stuff going on for the past 5 years or something. Okay, so China had a road initiative that had been put kind of like a propagandized, but it was kind of low key, and it was going to go road from Brazil all the way to Mexico, right? That was being propositioned. Check that out. So there was like a lot of drugs going on into Mexico from China all the way to America from the triads in LA. Yes, I said triads in LA. They are in LA. So anyways, they were doing that. The cartels things was in power. This is before Trump. So the cartels were in power. They were doing money thing going on, and exchange and triads and drugs, and people were making millions and billions. Then you got Venezuela selling that oil. China was getting closer to the West. There's more talks about the BRICS network, and they're going to go full on soon, and they were already setting up banks. That is getting close. And then sort of Brazil and China started talking about they were going to make transactions in yuan and skip the dollar. And Iran got involved, that they're going to be part of the BRICS. There were other countries like South Africa that was going to go on the BRICS. And there's some other countries that are going to go on the BRICS. So you got to understand that means that the people in power in America know that the dollar has its days numbered. So what do? Well, Trump gets into power, they use him, and now he's creating these little strategic wars and disruptions in order for this is part of the CIA plan, and so they're trying to create this disruption so the petrodollar stays in power. Now they got rid of the Venezuela thing. They're gonna go to Cuba. They're gonna go and take over that north part. What is it? Canada, Greenland, and all that stuff. All this was part of. There is going to be no road from Brazil all the way to Mexico, and there is going to be no train substation from Mexico to from the Gulf of Mexico to the Pacific by creating a train line and a whole shipyard that's going to be in South Mexico. And that was going to be to bypass the Panama Canal. So that's been postponed. I haven't heard much of it yet, but maybe it's still going on. Who knows? So now, couldn't get Greenland, got Venezuela, hasn't gotten Cuba, and now can't do anything with Ukraine. So now they're going to Iran. And the problem with that is, they got rid of Gaza, or partially obliterated it. And now they're going for Iran, but Iran is not that easy. I suppose they kind of miscalculated that, because now they can't take it over, and they're trying to find ways, different strategic military ways. What they can't do is the supplies that are coming from China and Russia. How do you even deal with that? And then they implied this blockade yesterday. I think it was at 8 or something. China had to send their luggages or their shipment, and they'd already warned Americans that you better not shoot it down. And then you got the Russians with one of their destroyers following one of their shipyards, container ships across the English Canal, just following it, making sure nothing goes on. These are like little games, man. One one wrong move, you got yourself a WW3. And this is getting intense because the United States doesn't want to let go of the petrodollar. I mean, and if it does, the economy of America is going to go haywire because it's not going to be the number one currency being used all around the world, because yuan is getting involved, and yuan is going to be traded as the second currency of the world, which gives them a lot of power. And you don't have to trade with America if you don't want to. That is an issue. In order to be a superpower and have all this money and prosperity, the way things are going here in America, you can't have it if it's not the number one currency, because you're gonna have to reduce the power of your currency is going to be reduced, and all the product is going to cost more, and the living cost is going to go up. So, and America won't see the prosperity they thought they would have had. All the investments they had in the United States, they thought they would have, it's going to go bye-bye. So, what I'm trying to get at now, the conclusion is, how bad is the economy going to get once the petrodollar has been eliminated? And it's not going to be eliminated like that. It's more of a transition, slowly and slowly and slowly. The power of the dollar is over, but it's being taken slowly because the United States is putting up a fight. It's not going down that easily. And if that is the case, where it's gradually going to go down, then it might be acceptable. I mean, the sheep, the people that don't think too much and don't know what's going on in this world, they're easily tricked. So they'll see the dollar, the product go up, the price, but they won't feel it so fast because it's not going out of control real quick. So, but when they do travel, they will see the difference. They will feel the difference. So that's a problem. Yeah, that's what I got for you. So it is a petrodollar war. I mean, being sugar-coated in cream pie, with that whole idea that they wanted to, what was that thing that Kushner got? I also want to tell you, I don't trust Kushner. He seems like the devil. No, he's not the devil, but he's corrupt. I mean, he's all giving all this speech about how God's going to be a rich real estate, big old giant buildings and prosperities and all these equities and all these incentives of these buildings. They even had a rendering of it. This is new, guys. And he says the Hezbollah thing or something like that, and Hezbollah might be the police or something of this area, or we may not even need it. We may not. He's trying to say it's going to be Israeli controlled, police state by the Israeli. No, man. It's called an invasion, is what you really want to call it. You're invading a country. Now, here's what I don't understand. If the Israelis were supposed to just stay in their own area for the rest of their lives, whatever country or whatever land that Great Britain gave them, if that was it for them, I don't understand why they would cross the border, unless this is part of the way they are, where they just want more. And from finances and bankery stuff, banks and jewelry stuff, I could tell. You can kind of tell maybe it wasn't enough for them. They want more. So, by the way, I heard about the Bolsheviks back in Russia when they fought the other political team when they were going for those elections. Bolsheviks. Turns out that the other team was owned by Israel or by Jewish lobbies or something. Don't quote me on that. I just thought I heard that, and I haven't gone and researched it. Maybe on a future video, I'll actually reach out or research it and say more about it. Maybe even one 5-minute video. Okay, we passed our time. So remember, there's a lot of complexities going on, and there's a lot of influence going on, and there's a lot of damage that might happen. So you better buy your land some eggs, some chickens, get your well, get some canned foods. I already got some backups right now and going on, and I can't discuss anything about this stuff, but I'm still homeless. Till the next time.